Hi, it's Mr. E over here, and our aim for this video is how do we convert between degrees and radians. So here are two formulas that you definitely should write down right now. The top one we use to convert to degrees, and the bottom one we use to convert to radians. Alright, so here's our first example. Give the exact value of the cosine of 2 pi over 3. Alright, so to find this exact value, I'm going to convert this into degrees. So to do that, I got to use the formula. To convert to degrees, you got to multiply by 180 over pi. So I'm going to take 2 pi over 3, and I'm going to multiply it by 180 over pi. So let's go ahead and multiply that. So the pi's are going to cancel out here. And remember, when you're multiplying fractions, you're multiplying this way. You're multiplying across. So you got 2 times 180 there. That's 360. And then you have 3 times 1, because the coefficient of pi is 1. That's 3. 360 over 3 is 120 degrees. So what I'm looking for then, another way to say this, is 120 degrees. So I'm looking for the cosine of 120 degrees. That is what I am looking for right now. So let's go ahead and do that. And we covered that in yesterday's video, so I'm not going to get into too much detail about that. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. If you saw yesterday's video, you'll know what I'm doing. If you didn't, I recommend you watch yesterday's video. It's titled Unit Circle and Exact Values. Okay, so I got to sketch the angle in standard position. So 120 degrees in standard position should look like this, more or less. So that's about 120 degrees, which means that the reference angle is 60 degrees. So I'm going to find the cosine of, so I'm going to use the reference angle. So I'm going to find the cosine of 60 degrees. What's the cosine of 60 degrees? The cosine of 60 degrees is exactly 1/2. So what's the cosine of 120 degrees? Well, I know it's going to be 1/2. I just have to decide now whether it's going to be positive or negative. I know it's going to be 1/2 because the cosine of the reference angle is 1/2. But now I have to decide if it's going to be positive or negative. So in this quadrant, so this is quadrant 2, is cosine positive or negative? Cosine is negative in this quadrant. So the cosine of 120 degrees is negative 1/2. So my final answer is negative 1/2. Example 2. Express 150 degrees in radians measure. So to convert to radians, I have to take 150 and I have to multiply it by what? What does the formula say? So it says to convert to radians, multiply by pi over 180. So I'm going to take 150 and I'm going to multiply it by pi over 180. So that's going to be 150 pi over 180. Now look, you always want to give your answer in simplest form. So I want to reduce this fraction, 150 over 180. And I'm going to use my calculator to do that. So let me show you how I can use my calculator to reduce this fraction. I'm going to write 150 over 180. I'm going to press math and then fraction, and the calculator reduces it for me. It says 150 over 180 is equal to 5 over 6 in reduced form. So the answer is 5 pi over 6 because we still have that pi there, and the answer is in radians. So the answer is 5 pi over 6 in simplest form. Also, sometimes you can give the answer this way. You can just say, you can just multiply 5 times pi and just divide that by 6. So you can say the answer is approximately, we'll say we'll round to the nearest 10, 2.6 radians. But most of the time, the answers should look like this. They should be in reduced fraction form with the pi symbol in there. Okay, now you try it. Give me the exact value of the cosine of negative 5 pi over 6. If you want a hint, keep watching the video. If not, go ahead and try it on your own. Alright, so here's your hint. Look at example 1. You want to convert this to degrees first, and you can take it from there. Alright, I hope this video helps. Take care.